Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be reviewing cross-price elasticity. We'll be looking at some examples as well as considering the formula. Right, so let's go ahead. So it's a cross-price elasticity of demand that we're looking at. Now, what we're trying to do here is we are looking at the change or responsiveness of demand for a good, say good one, when there's a price change for another good, and let's call that good 2. So really what we're trying to find is what is the percentage change in quantity demanded for good 1 as the price of good 2 changes. So if the good 2 is related to good 1, it might be a substitute or complement. We want to look at what is the sign of this formula. Let me ask you this. What if the two goods that we're considering, good 1 and good 2, are not related to each other? Then what happens? What do you think would be the cross elasticity? So then we're asking, what is the percentage change in quantity demanded for good 1 when the price of good 2 changes? But if they're not related, then no matter how much the price changes for good 2, there would be no change in demand for good 1. Hence, when two goods are not related, the cross-price elasticity of demand would be 0. So no correlation, 0 price elasticity. Right, so there are two kinds of relationship that can exist between two goods. The two goods might be substitutes for each other, or they might be complements. So what we really want to figure out is cross-price elasticity of a good when the price of another good changes. What if the two goods that we're considering here are substitutes? Would the cross-price elasticity be positive or negative? What if these two goods are complements? In that case, would it be positive or negative? Do you want to try that? And then you can proceed and see what the answer would be. All right, so let's consider these two goods, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. This is a quote from one of the news articles from Forbes discussing how similar these two goods are. Right, so this quote is really emphasizing the fact that these two goods are substitutes. Yeah? Now the question is, what happens to the demand for Xbox One when the price of PlayStation 4 increases? So what happens to the percentage change quantity demanded of Xbox One when there's a change in PlayStation 4? So if the price of PlayStation 4 increases, would you demand more or less of PlayStation 4? You would demand less, right? It's more expensive. So now instead of demanding PlayStation 4, we would now start increasing the demand for Xbox One because the price of Xbox One hasn't changed, right? So I'd like to emphasize that when we're looking at cross-price elasticity, we're assuming everything else is constant. Your income level, the price of Xbox One. So the only thing that's changing is that the price of PlayStation 4 has increased. So let me just consider the sign. So if PS4 is increasing, what's happening to the demand for Xbox One? As we discussed, that increases as well. So when denominator is going up, the numerator is going up as well. And hence, the cross-price elasticity would be positive. Now let's consider a complement. Well, we've done this example. Is considered in almost all textbooks. And we're looking at two goods, in this case, coffee. And what happens to the demand for coffee if there's a change in cream and sugar? And of course, we are assuming here that we are not having coffee straight. We prefer coffee with sugar and with cream. So if the price of cream and sugar or sugar increases, then it becomes more expensive for us to consume coffee, right? Because we want to have coffee without cream and sugar. So when the price of cream and sugar increases, what happens to the demand for coffee? Well, price of coffee is increasing because we can't have it on its own. The demand for coffee is decreasing. Yeah? So when the denominator increases, the numerator is decreasing. So cross-price elasticity for complements would be negative. Another example for substitutes. What do you think about these dresses? Well,